Let me see. Mic check, mic check. I gotta make sure on the other side we goodmoney.com. We gotta make sure audio good money on the other side. Fast shout to the Ash Cash Show. Welcome everybody. But let me just check because I had the mic got pulled out for a second, so I want to make sure that we rocking. Let me see what we sounding like. Let me see what we sounding like. All right, good. Look, Ash, if you don't get my word of the day, that's a fact. That's a fact. Honestly, fast shout. Wait, hold on a second. So fast shout out to everybody who tuned in for the word of the day. I don't even know though. Like my brain has been moving in the spirit. I don't know if it's the fast. I don't know if it's the fact that I don't have I don't know cuz I'll be honest with you. I don't have a word of the day today. So y'all going to have to help me out. So welcome everybody. Thank y'all so much for joining. Welcome to the Ash Cash Show. Make sure you go to the AshCashShow.com, subscribe to the podcast, go to AshCashTV.com, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I don't know, right? And the show is broken down. Wall Street, what up, Wall Street? Importunity. I gotta look that word up, bro. Transformation. I like transformation. Prosperity. I like that. Importunity. I gotta look that up. The show is broken down into 3 categories. Category 1, we talk about our financial inspiration or inspiration day, word of the day. I'm sorry, y'all. Segment number 2 is our the energy is different, right? Importunity, parable of the neighbor. Number 2 is segment number 2. We focus on our financial news, and then segment number 3, we open it up for any questions that you guys have. I got importunity. I got innovation. Let me just see where we at with it. Because all right, let's see. All right, so we gonna go with importunity just because I never heard the word. So this is a freestyle, right? It's a freestyle. So I never heard the word importunity before. And so, when I think about importunity and knowing what it means, right? Looking it up and seeing what it means. Importunity is the key, right? Importunity is the key to success. And so, according to dictionary.com, importunity means persistence, especially to the point of annoyance, right? And I like this word because I want us. I know that that's the key, right? I know that importunity is the key to success, to lasting success, because at the end of the day, there's going to be many times in which we start something and we are going to want to stop. There's going to be times that we start something and because it gets difficult, we can't push forward. There's also going to be times that we are self-conscious about the things that we do. Are people going to like it? Am I being annoying? Am I, right? And so importunity, right? Making sure that you are resilient, making sure that you're persistent to the point of annoyance is a couple of things. I think number one, right? I think number one is understanding first and foremost why are you doing it? Because if you don't connect with your why, right? If you don't understand why you are starting this business, if you don't understand why you are you want your goals and your aspirations. If you don't have your why, then it is almost impossible for persistence to go hand in hand. And what do I mean by that? People who have a weak why, it's easy for people who have a weak why to give up. And so if you're ready to give up, if you're not pushing, if you're not focusing on what you're focusing on, then your why is not strong enough. Because if you have a strong why, then you want everybody on the place on the face of the planet to know who you are, to hear your message, to understand why your products or your services them, right? Because you know that your why is strong. If your why is a weak why, if your why is I'm starting this business because I want to feed my family, I'm starting this business because I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck, I'm starting this business because, something that is, and I'm not sneezing at feeding your family. As somebody who has a family, I'm not sneezing at that. But what I am saying, that's not a strong enough why, right? Your why has to be something, or it could be a strong enough why. It has to be something that gets you out of bed, something that you have to have, something that you can't see yourself without. Because as you start seeing yourself as this why, this connection, this thing that you're doing, if it's so important, you'll get to the space where you'll focus on your importunity, right? You'll get to that space where you say, you know what? My why is strong enough. And so, to the point where you're going to be persistent because you don't care what people say. You don't care if people think you're annoying. Right? You're not going to look at it, right? It's all how we look at things. And I always say, and I'll use what we currently have right now. Imagine, someone created a cure for the coronavirus that had no side effects. Imagine somebody had a cure for the coronavirus that could literally cure it, right? Would somebody who, wants to make money keep that to themselves? Would somebody who has a bigger vision of curing the world keep that to themselves, right? And so when you think about that, when you think about, okay, this person came up with this solution that everybody needs, it would be in their best interest to make sure that people hear it all the time, over and over and over again, right? When I think about my products and services, right? And if y'all follow me, y'all know I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed to pitch my products and services, because at the end of the day, I know that my products and services help people. I know my products and services help people. I have video testimonials, written testimonials. I have DMs. I have text messages. I have a slew of people whose lives been changed by my products and services. And so if I wake up every day intentional, about impacting people's lives, then why wouldn't I be persistent? Why wouldn't I wake up and say, you know what? Let me make sure people know who Ash Cash is. Because if I could change one life, I could change 10 lives. If I could change 10 lives, then I could change 1,000 lives. If I could change 1,000, then I could change 10,000 or 100,000 or 1,000,000. And so if my intention is to make an impact while making an income, then why wouldn't I talk my ish? Why wouldn't I every day make sure you understand who I am and what I bring to the table? And so when we start thinking about resilience, if you are ready to give up, if you're not ready to take your business, take yourself, take your life to the next level, then you got to up your why. Your why is not big enough. You need a bigger why. Because I don't look at the work I do as work that Asher's doing. I look at it as God's work, right? I look at it as God's work because at the end of the day, I believe that I'm made in the image and likeness of God, and I want to manifest. I want to demonstrate God on earth. That's my goal. That's my one ultimate goal is to demonstrate God on earth. And so if I believe that I'm made in the image and likeness of God, and I want to demonstrate God on earth, then every single day I want to be a demonstration. Every single day I want to be able to show. If you put your mind to something, you can have anything you want. You can live anywhere you want, right? And so with that intention, why would I be ashamed to talk about my products or services? Why wouldn't I want people to understand that it starts with the mindset that as a man thinketh, so shall he be. Right? Why wouldn't I want that? Why wouldn't I want to leave the world better than how I found it? And so as we go into this today, as we focus on what we need to focus on, I want you to get to a space where you are upping your why. Make sure your why is big enough. If your why doesn't scare you, then it's not big enough. If your why doesn't give you anxiety, then it's not big enough. If your why, if you could imagine, right, as you're visualizing your why, and if it doesn't say like, wow, that's me, then your why isn't big enough. You need to up it. You playing small. If your why isn't big enough, if your why don't give you anxiety, if your why doesn't make you excited to get up, then you playing small. And if you playing small, you're not operating in your God self. If you playing small, then you're not operating in your God self. If you put in limits, if you're telling yourself what's possible, what's probable, and you put in limits on the things that you can actually do, then you're not operating in your God self. Because if you are made in the image and likeness of God, then there's no limits. And if what you are going after, if your dreams and aspirations seem possible or probable, then you're playing small. Because I want you to think so big that if you told somebody your dreams, they'll be like, yo, you bugging. I want you to think so big that you start saying, man, that's crazy. Because that's the level that you need to grow into. That's the level that you need to grow into. You need to grow into the space where you're operating in your God self. Be persistent. Be annoying. Right? Let everybody know what you do. Be unapologetically you. And walk into your God self. Because that's where your treasure is. Your treasure is when you walk into your God self. All right. That's the word of the day. Importunity. Fast shot to my guy, Wall Street Philippe. Importunity. That's where we at with it. Today in financial news. So as we look at the markets, NASDAQ was down 0.80%. S&P 500 was down 0.66%. Dow Jones Industrial Average was down 0.58%. Gold was up 0.7%. 10-year Treasury was down 0.60%, and then oil was up 2.16%. A lot of stuff in the news. Fast shot to Karen Style. So Karen sent me something in reference to what's called herd immunity, right? Herd immunity. So when you think about the coronavirus, herd immunity means that when the majority of the population, right, gets a disease, then it starts to taper down because majority of the population got it, and now that the majority of the population got it, it's almost like survival of the fittest, almost, right? Those who die, and those who become immune to it are not become immune to it, and then that way you no longer have a pandemic, right? And so, the CDC and a lot of the top health people are saying no, right? That we shouldn't go after herd immunity, but now, the White House is starting to think that they should push that, right? They're starting to say that we should push herd immunity, and just for reference, there's only about 20% of the population, got infected with COVID-19. And so in order for us to reach 70%, then 50% more people need to catch COVID-19. And I just think that's dangerous because we still don't understand the virus, right? I know that there is a low mortality rate, because that is, if you look at the numbers, there is a low mortality rate, meaning that people aren't dying, at record amount. Like, people aren't dying at a record amount. But what are the side effects of catching COVID-19 though? Sweden tried herd immunity and it hasn't worked for them. So are they going to start infecting people with it? Honestly, I don't know what the plan is to get herd immunity, right? I don't know what they're planning. I don't know if it means to infect people. I don't know if it means to just open it up and not take the precautions to spread it, right? So don't wear your mask and go out and just function as regular and just see what happens. I don't know what that means, but at the end of the day, I read a article on Scarface, the OG Scarface, and Scarface is battling with kidney issues, and he had COVID earlier, and then he beat COVID-19, but then now he's having kidney complications, and so I feel like, is that a side effect, right? Is the fact that he had COVID-19 and now he has issues with his kidneys, is that a side effect to that? And so, because there's just so much uncertainty as it relates to, this virus, it's like, how could you, do herd immunity, right? How could you start to think about, infecting people or getting herd immunity where we still don't understand it, and so, that's that. I thank you, Carmen Styles, for that. Let's see. I said, let me see something real quick. Let's see. You have to go mask off, get on the metro, and rock out to get herd immunity. Big facts. Trump seems to be on a super spreader tour. How are you doing today? Did you ever look into the Rikers Island? I didn't. With the young man dying in his cell when he was supposed to be in the box. Yeah, no, I didn't look into that. I didn't look into that. I'm gonna look in to a Billionaire Mindset, because I did not look into it. I meant to, but I'm putting that as a reminder right now. Corp Davis, what up, Corp Davis? He's fine. That's my cousin. All right, salute, Corp. The virus can leave lasting damage to the body. No, it isn't. My husband is in biomedical. He brings me wisdom from that area. Yeah. So yeah, salute, Corp. I'm glad everything is fine. Because again, not sure. Thank you so much, my friend. We'll love it. All right. Just again, like I said, there's just so much uncertainty as it relates to the virus, that we got to just see. We just got to see what's happening with this virus. So be on the lookout. I want to get y'all thoughts, right? About this, I wanted to stay away from politics. I did. But I seen an ad the other day, or yesterday. I saw an ad yesterday. Yo, fast shout to my guy Charlie Clips, Harlem in the building, right? You know what I'm saying? But I saw an ad, a Biden and Harris ad, of Charlie Clips and DNA. They're battle rappers for those who don't know, and they were like doing a battle rap. They were doing a battle rap to talk about voting in the election, right? Yeah, I want to talk about Ice Cube as well. He's next. And so I watched that, and then I said to myself, why is it that it's specifically in this election, right? Specifically in this election, that there is a shucking and jiving, for the lack of better words, right? There just seems like a lot of shucking and jiving. Like even Obama, right? Like Obama is black, and even Obama didn't, like, his campaign didn't do like get your booty on the pole and you know and battle raps and I'm offended. I'll be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm offended. Because I know a lot of people who listen to battle rap. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people who listen to battle rap, and you're telling me that you don't think that people who listen to battle rap are intelligent enough so that you could just talk to them straight, that you don't have to do a rap. Like, it's like I grew up, I make no qualms about it. I grew up in Harlem. I rep, you know what I'm saying? So just in case y'all don't see the jersey I got on, this particular is not a 1-on-1 because I saw Cam got it, but it's all good though. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know what the LaSalle number 12 is, if you know, you know. But I rep Harlem hard. You know what I'm saying? If I rep this, my guy Ajax, you know what I mean? Special delivery. Cam just wore his before I got a chance to wear mine, and he did a whole video that went viral. So people seen him with it. But if you know, you know, right? I rep Harlem hard, right? I rep Harlem hard, right? And I don't know. I feel like why are people, or why when it comes to voting, right? Why when it comes to voting, why when it comes to us, that we have to be talked to, right? We have to be talked to as if we don't understand politics. Like I remember late nights being on the corner, 129th, 8th Avenue, on the corner, having intelligent conversations. And so when I grew up, right? When I grew up, PS 92 in the 6th grade, they had a campaign. They had the say no to drugs campaign. Fast out to 480, 134th and 8th Avenue, right? I went to PS 92, and we had the say no to drugs campaign, right? And the way we did that is because we were kids, though. We were kids, right? We were kids. And so in order to make us understand, right? In order to make us understand, we had to make rhymes. Right? We had to make rhymes. We had to rhyme. Like, we had to say, it was part of the plan. Like, we had to go, and we had to, everybody came into their groups, and it's like, make a rhyme about drugs. Why drugs is bad. Like, drugs is bad. And I mean, and that's what we did, because we were kids. So you're telling me that as a grown person that you like, watch it. So don't take my my thoughts about it. Do me a favor, go watch the Charlie Clips. Salute the Charlie Clips. Go watch Charlie Clips and DNA. I cringe. It's 3 minutes and 36 seconds. I cringed the whole way through, and I love Charlie Clips. I love Charlie Clips. I cringed. The Joy Warrior says your face says it all. Now I feel disrespected though, is what I'm saying. I feel disrespected. I mean, honestly, I don't trust no politicians. And so we'll move on to Ice Cube. You know, people are upset. People are upset. So Ice Cube, you know, did a video, and he, you know, he's saying, listen, I created the contract for Black America, and you know, he presented it to both. He presented it to, you know, to Democrats. He presented it to, you know, he presented it to Republicans. The Democrats said they'll look at it after the election, right? They'll look at it after the election, and then you know, the Republican, the Trump administration, first they tried to use Ice Cube, because they try to say, oh, we're working with Ice Cube, which based on Ice Cube saying, he's like, we're not working with him. You know what I'm saying? You know, but he said the Trump administration took a look at it, and they changed their $1 billion plan, $500 billion, to the Black community. I don't trust none of them, and it saddens me that you know, when it saddens me that we can't have an opinion. You know, it saddens me that as Black people, if you have an opinion about politics, or if you have an opinion about what's being done, you're automatically called names. You know, like that is the worst way to be. Like, why would you? And this is my stance. This is always going to be my stance. Is that I believe that you should vote. I believe that you should let your voice be heard. But voting is not the one way that's going to liberate Black folks. We've been trying to do that for years. You know what I'm saying? The ad isn't for those who understand. It gears to young people who are our future. They don't know how to talk to us, and they don't want to lose any of our attention. I get it, but it's still disrespectful, because the thing is this, right? Here's the thing about that, because that's the same argument, or that's the same thing that I heard when they said get your booties to the poll, right? Like, that's the same thing I heard. Like, yo, you know, get your booties to the poll wasn't talking to a certain demographic. But how can you separate it though? You know what I'm saying? Because what I'm saying is, if you're talking to a young demographic, then don't get Charlie Clips and DNA, because so first of all, let me explain something to you. First of all, Charlie Clips is my age. I grew up. You know what I'm saying? Well, we didn't grow up together, but Charlie Clips is my age, right? When Mad Cyphers came out, when Vado, Charlie Clips, Jay Mills, and like when they came out with Mad Cyphers, like, they're my age. I'm about to be 40. Like they are my age, and so there's no way. If you look at them, like Smack is older than me. The guy who started URL is older than me. The majority of people who watch battle rap are not young people. Facts. It's not young people. We may think it is, but it's not. The majority of people who watch battle rap are grown ass men. They're grown men. So I promise you they're not talking to young people. I promise you. Not with Charlie Clips and DNA. I promise you they're not. And so that's the same thing we heard. We like, yo, get your booties to the pole is talking to a certain demographic. No, they not. Because while I don't go to strip clubs, the people I know who go to strip clubs are not dumb and docile that they need somebody to say, get your booties to the pole. I know a lot of intelligent men who go to the strip club and don't need you to say, get your booty to the pole in order for them to vote. You know, so I can't wait till this election is over. I'll be honest with you. I just can't wait. Because like I said before, no matter who gets elected, it's not going to change God, family, and community. You know what I'm saying? God, family, community. No matter who gets in the office, you know what I mean? Nothing's going to change on that end. You know? I am opening it up for any questions that y'all may have. You know what I'm saying? Cause you know, y'all know I'll go through a rabbit hole talking about this stuff. Let me see. Virtuous Beauty says Ice Cube situation reminds me of Jay-Z in the NFL. Absolutely. You know, and that's what I hate though. I hate when somebody has an opinion and somebody is doing. Here's the thing, right? Ice Cube is worth $160 million. If he says nothing, he's good. You know what I'm trying to say? Like he doesn't have to say anything. I don't see putting his name and his reputation on the line for something that he believes in. I don't see how that could help him monetarily, right? So in fact, it actually will hurt him more than help him. But from a bigger perspective, his why, he's like, yo, I'm tired of us. I'm tired of black people being used and abused. So I'm gonna use my voice. He does that. All of a sudden, he works for the Trump campaign. Jay-Z is a billionaire, got more money than Robert Goodell, got more money than everybody, and they're like, oh, he sold out the community. No, like, I'm gonna not talk about this. Call names or be canceled. They can say they changed it, but did they really change and do what they're saying? And that's why I don't trust no politicians, because I'll be honest with you, has Trump wreaked havoc in the country? Like, is he unpredictable? Is he doing some things behind shady things? Absolutely, without a doubt. So I don't trust Trump. But not even a but. And Joe Biden has been in the office for 47 years. And so all of a sudden you're gonna change stuff? Like you've had power for 47 years. And then all of a sudden you're gonna change. So I look at records. I look at Biden's record, I look at Harris' record. Nothing tells me they're gonna be better. Nothing tells me that they're gonna change what has been done in the past. Everything is about hope. I hope, can't people change? It's about hope. So now you got Trump, who's a wild card, and you got seasoned politicians who are going to do what they want to do anyway. And to be honest, you know, one of the things that Ice Cube said that I agree with is that anytime you start talking about black people, the narrative switches from black to minority to, you know what I mean, everybody. You know, I remember watching, you know, the debates and Kamala Harris debating him, calling him a racist and saying, what you gonna do for the black community? And he's like, it's not only the black community, right? He's like LGBTQ as well. I love my LGBTQ community, but don't let them divide and conquer, because you black first. I don't care what your sexual orientation is, you black first. And in fact, when you think about the women's movement, LGBTQ movement, like these things started out, they used the black faces as the voices, and then The women's equality shifted from it being all about women, then the focus was on white women. Right? And so at the end of the day, do not think that when you say, listen, I want this for the black community, and they say, no, the only way we're going to accept this is if it's for minorities. The minority includes everybody, but not everybody has been persecuted like black Americans, descendants of slaves here in this country. And so what is the agenda for black America, not minorities? It's black America whose house is on fire right now. It's black America who is 13% of the population but only has 3% of the wealth. That's black America. That's not minorities. And so while I support equal rights, equality for everybody, but can we focus on the house that's burning? And I think to Ice Cube's point is that when people know that you're guaranteed to get something, they're not going to work for it. They're not going to work for it, It's disrespectful. That's a fact. But they still, that's still why all of this time, there are still folks who refuse to try and understand. They know better. Voting is not our way of liberation group. Economics and staying on code is. I agree 100%. I think voting without money is a waste. That's what I think. There's facts to back that up too. So that's not an ignorant statement, right? That's not an ignorant statement. It's funny because and I like my brother Ben X, right? A lot of times people are like, oh well, our ancestor died. What's the thing that you hear a lot? Our ancestors died for our right to vote. No, they didn't. They did, but there was others too, right? And so my brother Ben X said, my ancestors also died trying to separate and do for self. So keep that same energy. That's what my ancestors died for. Our ancestors didn't die for the right to vote. Our ancestors died because so they fought for the right to vote because they thought voting would get us equality. But at the end of the day, it's doing for self. Self-sufficiency is what they wanted. Our ancestors never wanted handouts. They didn't want handouts. They didn't want people to give them stuff. They didn't want people to control and tell them what to do. They wanted to be self-sufficient. Hard workers who say, yo, like I built this country. So just give me what's mine. I don't want no welfare. I don't want you to give me nothing. Just give me what's mine. And I work for it too. And so we not shy about doing for self. And so they push this narrative, this vote or die, this narrative that if you vote, it's gonna change the world. It hasn't though. So can we change the story? Can we focus on economics for once? Right? Like Martin Luther King was killed before he was able to do this economics rights. But can we focus on that as a community? One sound? You know what I mean? They're trying to dumb things down like a sit. We have the intelligence and comprehend what's going on. People need to research first before canceling people only basing opinions on sound clips. I agree. It's a mindset issue, not never being addressed. I'm 30 and I don't know the names you mentioned. I went to school with Jay Mills and Vado, Vado's twin sister. Yeah, salute to was Tia? I think that's her name, Tia. Correct. That's a form of smalling, which is systemic muting of voices, options, and info. We are now divine, big God energy. It will not work. Hence the attempt to grasp our energy harder than ever. BS. They know how to talk to us. They look at us as we stupid and need to be entertained at all times to understand anything. They look at us as if we are unintelligent and think we can be led. Love you URL. Wish Smack could have gotten them on TV. Nah, he's probably better off independently than he is on TV. Truth be told, it's all condescending. I like I said, I got a high political IQ, and I watch battle rap. Like, don't do that to me. I cringed the whole way watching. I cringed. I was like, damn. And I'll be honest though, there's a silent majority that feels the same way I feel, and I think the more they do that, they're gonna lose some votes. They're gonna lose some votes, cause I'm voting my interests. You know what I'm saying? Which means that it's not only the president. I won't, because I'm still undecided. I'll be honest. Because I know I'm influential, so I don't want nobody to take this no way. But I'm even thinking about like, you know what? Let me vote all the other stuff and put my name. I'm gonna put my name in for the president. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't, I'm still undecided. Hold on, I'm trying to look up this. There's this. I can't find it, but there was this quote that I wanted to show. Can't wait till this election over. All right, let me see if y'all got any questions. Put the questions in the question box. What's up with? All right, there we go. Mia Sykes, what up? Bianca Benjamin, what up? I was like, yo, where my Facebook people at? Where YouTube at? All right. It's an infiltrationalism, a large component of white supremacy and patriarchy. Divide and conquer is the art of war. Big facts. Trump and Pence is going to win the election again. It's a pattern of 2-term, 8 years. I wish we could do something more about who is elected to be a justice. Those lifetime seats are what we should be focusing, challenging. Trust and politics is oxymoron. Big facts. All politicians are shady. What have he done in 47 years? Nothing. Harris is no better. They auditioning for Pinocchio 2020. That's a big fact. Like, I swear, like, when I tell energy don't lie. When I tell you the energy of these people, I don't trust one of them. They all look like they lying. And I'll be honest, and again, I'm not for Trump, but at least Trump is too narcissistic to like, to be like lying, like bold-faced lying. He lies. He definitely lies. But like, at least at least he's like radical to your face. I don't know. And again, I'm not for Trump, but I'm like, I'd rather somebody who tell you what it is than somebody who's like who practice a smile, smiling in your face, that got that condescending smile. Every time I look at Harris, and I know people are gonna come for my neck, but it's all good. Every time I look at Harris, I look at somebody who has a smile that looks like they're looking down on people. That's how I feel. I never met her, right? I never met her. ASM Bandit, what up? Salute. I never met her, never spoke to her. I don't know her. And so this is in an opinion based on facts. This is just when I've done enough. I've watched enough speeches. I've watched enough interviews. And every time I watch her, I feel like she's being condescending. Like, I don't feel like she's being real, And that's just me. That's just my energy is telling me that. Yeah, like that's just what my energy tells me. I could be 100% wrong. And I'm definitely somebody. I watch Fox News and I watch CNN. I follow Donald Trump and I follow Joe Biden. If I make decisions, I want to make informed decisions. I don't need just sound bites. I want to hear what are both people saying. you know. But that's just me. The facts that a black woman still march and go hard for these movements baffles me. Black civil rights started the civil rights movement for all. It's a fact. Yet a whole black civil rights have moved the least. What the program of that? Learning the give back. You know, the undermine of our plight. Equal pay for women is still an issue. Revolution is economical. Big facts. They understand that that's why they are not doing anything. They know our power better than some of us do. I believe that. Because I believe that if you, like, so as black people, if we were black first, I think things would change. The problem is, I will never condemn somebody for being a Republican. Not if you black. Or no, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got the power to choose. But I'm black first. Unapologetically, too. I'm black first. And so being black first means that you my brother if you're a Republican, you my brother if you're a Democrat. I'm not calling you no coon. I'm not doing none of that. I got a good friend of mine who's a Republican, who waves the Republican flag. But he can also articulate why he waves that flag. And that's still my brother. I got people who are waving the Biden flag, you know, and they still my, like it doesn't matter because I'm black first. And I think that if we, you know what I mean? What Hov said, still jigger, because I won't say it. You know what I mean? They want to stop your hand to mouth. Lou Escobar, what up? It's like I said. Self-sufficiency, big facts. That's why they worked with what was given, even when it was slop and waste. Self-sufficient. Well, I know about Wilmington. Wilmington, North Carolina, the 1800s set the narrative for what's happening now. Big facts. I know about Wilmington. Hey, and yes, the revolution is economical. They died so we can be free. And as we know, financial freedom is our only hope. Geechee things, Louisiana things, Tulsa, man, don't get me 100 this early. Like, I can actually like see what voice you're reading that in. They say don't talk about money, politics, and religion. Why? Because the people would figure things out. It's all economical. Big facts. Money is what causes people to move. Look at the Jews. Because of their money, they got a lot of things that they want. Yes, decoding. We have to do both. Mia Sykes in the building. Yoga in the hood. Oh, salute, Mia. Came to bring on YouTube. Salute. We have to do both. Taxation without representation does not make sense either. Elected officials decide on our taxes, so we need to decide who does. Right, but the money comes first is what I'm saying. We have to do both. I agree. If you read Dr. Claude Anderson's Powernomics, he lays it down. He lays down the five tiers, the buildings that we have to build. You know, economics is the first. Jews keep it in the community, and they know they've been displaced for thousands of years, so they know they have to keep it in the family. Big facts. I'm undecided as well. I agree about losing votes. I'm voting Monty Hall. None of the above. Exactly. Right in. Nah, that's what I'm saying, because like that's the one thing I won't stand for. I'm not standing for no disrespect. And I like I don't spend my money where I'm disrespected. I'll be honest. I walk into a store and your energy wrong and you act like you know what I'm saying? Look, they yeah, I gotta figure out this phone because they always knocking me out. You know what I'm saying? If you want my vote or if you want my money and you disrespecting me, I will leave because I know my power. So I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not cheap. You know? Our ancestors were also Republican for the most part, aka do for self. I don't believe our people today really understand the difference between the parties. Nothing to do with the candidates. That's a fact. I agree with that, Virtuous Beauty. I think that Dr. Umar Johnson had a great interview with Nick Cannon that y'all should watch because he breaks it down so eloquently. I agree. I think that elections have become about people and not about policies. And we're electing people that we like a popularity contest where it's about policies. Because if you understand the difference between the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, you will understand that what we actually need, and I'm not a Republican, right? I'm an independent. But you will understand that what we actually need is in the Republican platform, but it's just the people who are being elected who are not who are skewing that message, and it's making black people not understand that. Ash Cash for POTUS. Our solution is Mailbox Money Academy, group economics. That's a big fact. Have you heard about Isuzu and Fo? You think? Isuzu and Fo. I don't know what that is. Have you heard about Isuzu? I don't know what Isuzu is. I'll look it up though. Hateful O'Neal. Pinocchio 2020 is a shirt. That's a big fact. Pinocchio 2020. I don't trust any of them either. Like you say, God, family, community. 187 Playboy Flame says signing off. Peace. You know Trump stripes. Evil smirk. Her whole energy is scavenger. It doesn't seem genuine to me. Right? Biden's energy is undead. I feel Trump lie only due to the lack of knowledge, big ignorance, but he puts the truth out there when he has it, whether they want us to know it or not. Yeah. Like the Tupac debacle on her favorite rapper, Alive. Trump has lies to make money. If you follow the money, you know his moves. Clear, CEO lifestyle. It's easier to deal with a person who's an asshole all the time rather than deal with someone who is passive aggressive. I agree with that. I think she's a fake as well. Love to follow the money, Joy Warrior. Exactly. They staying on code, sticking together. Our sovereign initiative included mailbox money millionaires and group economics. Big facts. Haiti First Magazine. Sakbase, what up? In the building. Trump is still an existential threat who believes in absolute executive power and leans too much to the neo-Nazi cause. They study our culture. They vultures, copy, and energy. The Dems give us black women instead of someone that will address real issues and justice. There's a class starting today on Powernomics. Yeah, definitely look at the Powernomics. Salute the boys. Thank you, King, sharing knowledge. Salute, Haiti first. Tobago in the house. Salute, Tobago. They started going to court for the 1927 race riot. One of the survivors that went in 105 years, they made me proud to see wanting to go to court. Salute, Joyce. The election is like Hov and Nas dropping an album at the same time. Votes, facts, not friends. Some don't want to understand. Big facts. All right, we got 3 minutes, y'all. Any questions? Republicans adopted the Southern strategy after Nixon. That's a fact. The new justice is an example of. All right, we go. I'm gonna scroll up because I think. All right, there we go. Not sold on Dems, but not on Trump. Her preference is what her has her being pushed for justice. Yeah, they stick together. I wish Nina Turner was VP pick. All right, because I don't like politics. All right. So somebody asked, how do you use your mic with IG Live? I don't use a mic with IG Live. I use a mic. I use a mic. So if you can see, Who Wants to Be a Billionaire? That's it. I use a mic, right? So this is the mic that I use for my show that I'm doing on YouTube. I'm multi-streaming, so I'm multi-streaming on YouTube, Instagram. Oh no, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Periscope. And that's the mic that I'm using there. But for IG, I don't use a mic. It's just like the open ear. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. That's why I hate like that's why I don't like talking about politics. I always say I don't want to, but I don't like talking about politics because the energy is like I. That's what I'm trying to say. Like politics is a low vibrational thing. I swear to God, it is. Cause it's like there has never been a time, never, that I've spoken about politics and I felt excited. Not yet. The Perfect Pucker says, "Do you have any talks about advice for Black Friday, Small Biz Saturday, or Cyber Monday?" I don't. I know Ashley Ann, King Ashley Ann has. Yeah, politics is low vibration for real. Cause I have never talked about politics and then felt excited afterwards. You know what I'm saying? You know, definitely low frequency. So I'm staying off that. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for tapping in, tuning in Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Ash Cash Show. Make sure you go to the ashcashshow.com, subscribe to the podcast. Go to ashcashtv.com, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow in God's will. Same time, same place.